It is live. So we're live, guys. Hey, welcome. Happy Monday for all of you out there in Facebook land and YouTube land and wherever else you are. We are broadcasting with LifeWave. And today we have Wendy and we have Shannon. And we're going to be talking about, and welcome, by the way, to the broadcast today. Wendy and I and Shannon are LifeWave distributors. We're going to be talking about stem cell and the benefits of stem cells, and basically a little bit about the opportunity also, why we got involved with LifeWave. So what I thought I would do maybe is turn it over to you, Wendy, and maybe if you have some questions that you want to kind of ask Shannon, you know, some of the different things that she's noticed, how long she's been on and so forth. And
Okay.
Sure.
Yeah. So, Shannon, how long have you been using or wearing the patches now?
It's been about a month and a half now.
Okay. And what was the first thing that you noticed?
Well, I noticed more energy. Like the second day I started wearing them, more energy. And I noticed I was not as stiff in the mornings when I get up out of bed, because I used to be stiff and it took me a while to, loosen everything up. But I noticed that right off the bat too.
That's awesome. And what about like energy, as far as like, getting up in the morning and having more energy? Have you noticed anything like that?
Yeah, I have noticed more energy. Through the day, I used to get tired around 1 or 2 o'clock. I was exhausted, just exhausted. And now I've noticed that I don't really get as tired until later on in the evenings, around 5 or 6. Then I start wearing down a little bit, but it's not like exhausted. I'm just tired.
Yeah.
There's a difference.
Yeah, and it's a different kind of energy. Can you explain the difference of that kind of energy compared to like maybe drinking coffee or energy drinks?
Yeah, I think it's more of an even energy. It's not like when you drink like those energy drinks and you get that spike and then you crash. It's an even energy. It's a constant even energy, and it's not the jittery stuff. It's perfect, really.
Yeah, that's what I've noticed with it too as well. It reminds me of the kind of energy you have when you're a child, like just that, not like you said, not
Natural.
jittery, just when you're young and you don't want to go to bed because you're not tired.
Yeah, it's the natural energy.
Yeah, natural energy. That's awesome. Have you noticed anything else, like as far as like which ones are you wearing right now?
Well, right now I've got the X39 on.
Okay.
And then at night I wear the Avion.
Okay, the one for the skin. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. And then I also got the ice. Is it the ice?
Oh, Ice Wave for pain.
Yeah, Ice Wave.
Okay.
I got that one too. Yes.
And how do you like that one? Where have you been wearing that one at?
Well, I've been wearing it on my back some, and then my husband, he wears it also.
And how does he like it? Has it helped his pain?
Yeah, I think it has. He doesn't complain about his knees as much as he used to at all.
Awesome.
So yeah.
Hey guys, I wanted to. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No.
I was just going to share something that I just learned. And by the way, these are the patches that I am wearing right now as we speak. Okay, so I have, you were mentioning the X39, so I'm wearing X39, and then I'm wearing Nirvana, which helps with reducing stress, anxiety. It puts you in a really euphoric, almost like a well-being daily. It's amazing how like you just feel like you have more dopamine. Then I'm also wearing Eon, and here's a new thing that I learned about Eon actually yesterday. I was talking to another LifeWave distributor, and what they had been using Eon is for pain relief. They put it almost like Ice Wave, except it's one patch. It's a single patch, and I wore it on my shoulder. I put it on my left shoulder because my left shoulder, I was doing some exercise. Anyhow, it relieved like instantly. It just took it off. So I'm thinking that's interesting that this has that effect. Now,
Yeah, because that
we
one's
also,
for anxiety.
yeah, well, that's what I thought. That's exactly what I thought. But this Eon is having multi-use, like it has multi-purpose, I believe, because it actually, if you put it right on the pain. So I was going to say, Wendy, maybe you should try this. Or, if you know anybody, try putting it on, and you too, Shannon. If you have any pain anywhere, try putting this right on the pain and see what happens, because I put it right on my shoulder. I'm wearing it right now, and I literally have like no pain, which is weird, but we'll have to research this a little bit more. I just wanted to share that because in case you might have, I don't know if you have any of these, but I ordered some, and that's one of the things that I wanted to also mention about if somebody upgrades to the Diamond, you can actually customize your order, so you can get to sample a lot of different patches, ones that are really common and that you find you get the greatest benefit or greatest relief, like glutathione. That's a daily. This is really helpful for removing metals like mercury and other metals that people have, especially when you're a kid and stuff. You've, like me, when I went to the dentist, they would put mercury in fillings, so a lot of times you
Yeah,
have
I've done some
that.
research on the glutathione. It's like it's one of the most powerful antioxidants. Yes.
It's pretty amazing, really.
Yes.
And of course, carnosine. Wendy was helpful in sharing this. Wendy, like, how did you discover to put it on your stomach or like above, for
Well,
digestion and stuff?
I was listening to just some of LifeWave's founders' videos that he did himself on how to use certain patches, and the carnosine one is for building muscle, repairing muscle and tissue. But it has another benefit if you wear it on your stomach. Like if you measure like 6 fingers up from your belly button, like this direction, like kind of like just kind of like where anyways, I just measure it that way. Anyways, you put it on your stomach and it helps with digestion. And I can't really explain what it does. It helps with abdominal bloating and digestion. And we'll actually, I'll find that video and post it. That explains why it works and what it makes your body produce that helps aid in digestion.
That's
But it
great.
works. That's where I wear it now, and it works really good there.
That's awesome. I wanted to ask you, Shannon. Now, you drink Kangen water, and I know a lot of people who also wear the patches, they drink Kangen water because we have to hydrate. That's one of the things about wearing these patches. We have to make sure that we hydrate on a regular basis. Shannon, what is your experience with hydrating? Like, how much water would you say you drink in terms of like, half a gallon a day, or, do
Yeah,
you
I'd
have a
say
certain?
about a half a gallon a day is what I drink.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Okay.
because they say when you wear the patches that you need to hydrate yourself. So yeah.
Yeah, that's what Wendy and I have discovered. And the longer you're on the patches, the longer you are wearing them, it's cumulative. You actually start seeing benefits because you're building up your body. Um, Here's something that I also learned yesterday too. I was talking to a Lifeway person that's been wearing Lifeway patches for about a year and a half or so. They said that we should alternate the location where we place the patch, because it's like anything else that your body gets used to, like a particular area. So what I started doing is I would wear, like I've been wearing the X39 on my left wrist and carnosine on my right wrist. So what I did now is I alternated and I put the under my navel. So I'm wearing the X39 under my navel for a few days there to give that, to give my wrist a rest. It's really interesting how when you alternate, your body seems like it responds better for some reason when you have a new location, when you alternate locations. This is just, what some of the case studies are showing. I mean, you could place it anywhere really on your body. I'm just saying it might be good to sometimes alternate, if you always put her in the same spot. What do you think, Wendy?
Yeah, and we actually both watched a video on how you can actually, if even some people that are maybe sensitive to the adhesive, you can actually wear it on your clothes because it will go through the clothes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that is because our body gives off heat, and that infrared goes right through. The infrared light goes right through your clothing.
Yes.
Interesting with animals, Shannon. Wendy and I were looking at the patch that they give to horses. I think it's called AccuLife, Wendy.
Yeah.
Okay. What is the equivalent for humans? What would the equivalent of the AccuLife for humans be?
That would be the ice wave.
Thank you. Okay. So the ice wave gets rid of pain, just like the AccuLife gets rid of pain. And someone said that we could actually wear AccuLife because it's the
Oh, the one
same
for
thing.
horses? Oh, okay.
Right. Because it's, I guess it's just a marketing thing, but if it's, if you put her on a horse, of course. But it just seems strange that what difference would it make? Because humans and horses, I mean, whether you put the AccuLife or the Ice Wave on a horse and the AccuLife on a human, it's just, I think it's just a marketing. Like they wanted to call one, they call this one AccuLife for horses and this one Ice Wave for humans. But really, I think it's interchangeable because people have.
Yeah. And
worn it.
also, like, if you just want to start out with the X39, the X39 helps with pain as well. So, I would recommend somebody just that wanting to start out, maybe just, start out with the X39 first because it does help with pain.
Right.
Now, I've got a question too. Like, okay, I heard somebody saying that they used it on their dogs. They used the patches on their dogs. What patches did they use? And like, what if your dog weighs like 8 to 10 pounds? Can you still put a patch on the dogs? Or which patch is it?
Well, great question.
I'm sure, yeah, we can actually find some videos on which ones people have tried and which ones and for what reasons.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah, that's it. And I have a dog trainer in Florida, Tony Lampert. He used to be a celebrity dog trainer, and then he's kind of started his own company. Anyhow, he joined LifeWave. He's on our team, and he was telling me a few months ago that he just puts the X39 right on his dog. Like he has a Malinois Shepherd, and yeah, he just uses the patch right on the dog. I mean, just like you would on a horse.
And I think some people are using them on their what I remember watching was that some dogs have like hip problems when they get older and stuff like that, and so they'll slap them on, not slap them on, but stick them on their dog to help them with their hip issues, or I know they've used it for other issues too, but a lot of dogs do get those hip issues when they get older. So
yeah.
Is the dog in pain, or does the dog have any issues that you were wondering about? Or
No, not really. But we had a lab. We just had to put her down 2 months ago. She was 16, and she had hip problems and stuff. And I've got a friend that's got labs, and I was just kind of curious of maybe what she could use on the dog.
I would say the X39 would be a one to start with, or the carnosine. But what do you think, Joseph?
Well, it definitely wouldn't hurt. It's just because part of what we always say is, animals don't lie. It's not like they have a placebo thought in their mind that, that we're going to put a patch on them and they're just going to feel better. The X39, that is one of the more common ones because it's helping with a lot of different things. But then, you know, there's this, yeah.
Yeah, I think the X39 would be the best one for an animal, because then, you know, pretty much no matter what the issue is, the X39 is going to help, you know, help them in whatever their issue is.
Even with the smaller dogs too, like the 8 and 10 pound dogs, you think?
Yeah.
Would be safe?
Yeah,
Okay.
it does. Yeah, you would just use the same. Yeah, there's just, it doesn't matter what size they are.
Okay.
And one of the things I asked the dog trainer friend of mine, he actually shaved a little spot for his dog, but he also said you could put it on the collar, you know, where you attach the collar, you could put the patch so that it's facing and close to the dog's, so that it would be activated by the dog's body heat.
Okay.
Someone even used it with a cat, that placed the patch on a cat, and it was trying to think that guy's name, Wendy, from Australia, but he had
Yeah.
he shared a testimonial with somebody who had a cat that was having eye issues or something with the cat's eyes, and the patch, they were putting the X39 patch, and it's just within a
I'll find
couple
some
of
more
weeks.
information for you, Jen, and we'll share some more information. We'll even post it. We'll post information like we talked about the carnosine and why it works on the stomach. We'll post some information about how to use these with animals too.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm sure a lot of people have those questions.
Yeah. And the other thing that we really are excited about, guys, is when you look at the spectrum of medicine in general, all types of medicines that work for different things, really what's happening with the body. And one of the things that I have in my years of just researching and studying and looking at different things, the body is meant to heal itself if you give it the right stuff. That's one of the things that we even say about Kangen water. You know, what's Kangen's mission statement? You know,
Return to origin.
right? Return to origin, right? So what's the origin? You know, God created us with everything we need. We have a full pharmaceutical
Yes, and
store.
these patches are giving our body what they're letting our body do what it was intended to do using energy,
Yeah.
light energy.
Yeah. Which that in of itself is, you know, it's a science that most people would never have even imagined that could change the body's dynamics to live younger longer, but not just living younger longer, you know, in terms of looking younger, but feeling younger. And if you think about it, what is it that we all want to feel? We want to be rid of pain. So we want to have zero pain. We want to feel happy, right? The quality of a person's life is how they feel, how they handle stress. I mean, we live in a world today that's different than it was 100 years ago. And, you know, because we're all affected, and this is one of the great selling points of the patches, is that it is not using anything that would harm the body. It's not invasive, meaning that there's never a conflict of, well, you have to be careful because you might interfere with that medicine, or, you know, I mean, my dad, before he died, he was 91. He was on like 10 different pills. He used to have a box with a different pill. Each, you know, he would open up each. I mean, it was crazy just to watch every day. He had to take all these different pills. I'm like, what does that pill do? Well, this pill does this, and then that pill helps what the side effects are of the first pill, and then the third pill helps the side effects of the second and the third. It's nuts.
Yeah,
It's
and
just,
that's the amazing thing about these patches is, yeah, if you have any kind of mood disorder or depression and anxiety, you know, wearing these patches helps your body get into a state of mind that most people have to take, you know, drugs, chemicals for, and yet those drugs and chemicals don't even make you feel as good as these patches do. You know, so
Right.
you're skipping the side effects, plus you're feeling better because it's
Yeah.
not just putting a band-aid on it, it's actually really helping your body, repair itself.
Yes.
So without the harmful side effects. So
Now I have to ask this question, Shannon, because we're all Kangen users, right? We, the SD501 or whatever the unit that most Kangen water drinkers get, whether it's the platinum, that's the most common one. I think the K8, a lot of people are sort of putting the K8 now. But one of the things that as a Kangen water drinker was the investment. And I wanted to talk a little bit about comparing opportunities with other opportunities and what LifeWave's opportunity is. Because Wendy and I were talking about this earlier. And one of the things that Wendy and I were wanting to do is that's the reason why we upgraded to Diamond, is because we realized this product needs to be shared, meaning that when you have somebody who is within your locality, if you have people that people that you meet, it's so much easier to just say, here, let you sample a patch. I'm going to let you sample a patch and let them know that it has a value. Like you could say it's $5 or $10. I'm going to give you a patch. So basically it's like you're giving somebody $10. Here's $10. I want you to wear it for 12 hours and tell me what you feel. Because we have to create value, just like Kangen water, right? People give away Kangen water by the gallons, right? And I always would say, it's like if you have a farm and you're a farmer, what's better? Is it better to give away free milk hoping that people will buy your cows? Of course not. If you give away the milk, why should they buy the cow? They just keep getting free milk, right?
Yeah, you don't appreciate it.
That's right. And so what Wendy and I realized is we give one patch, create a value, you could say $5 or $10, because technically retail of the X39, which is what we give away. Okay, so the X39, guys, that's the flagship patch. If you want to, look at all the different patches, this is the one that's the most common patch to use, and it has a retail value, a street value of $149. Right. So if you sell a sleeve of the X39, if you sell this sleeve is worth $149 retail. I don't know if you can see it. It's kind of messing up with the screen only because I'm using a green screen.
You're invisible.
I know.
It's one of the
It's this is CGI. Like I'm not really here. Okay, this is all CGI. It's a green screen, guys. It's just a green screen. But I have to hold it back here because it has to be, you have to have light to make it disappear. Remember the Invisible Man? Like he would just like all of a sudden his head would disappear and his arms and everything else, But that's what I really find is that people will appreciate it, like you said, Shannon, if you give them the value. Say, look, this is $149 if you buy the sleeve, just street value. I'm going to let you sample for free. I'm going to give you a patch for free to wear it. I'm going to give you an X39 for free. It's about $10. Okay, here. So I'm just giving you $10 worth of a patch to wear it. Now, when people would get Kangen water, the interesting thing, and I'm doing that because many people who are LifeWave distributors are also Kangen water drinkers and distributors as well. So to look at how much does a machine cost? If somebody has to invest in a machine, you're talking $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 to do an SD501 or to do a K8. What we're looking at is either somebody chooses to sample it for 3 months. I tell them to do the silver package. That's a 3-month. If they want to just sample it as a customer only, just as a user, because some people, they just, they don't know if they want to be distributors or not. Right from the get-go, they may just want to be a user. But
And they
other
can defer
people,
90 days money back guarantee. Don't forget that part.
right. Thank you. That's great, Wendy. I appreciate that. But the other side is if somebody knows they're looking for a side hustle, they're looking for a business opportunity that they want, just like when somebody looks at becoming a Kangen distributor, they have to shell out, a few grand, let's say $5,000. Here it's $1,599. That's not bad, So I think we lost Wendy, and she'll probably bounce back in. She'll try to hop back in, and that's one of the things, guys, that people that are listening to this broadcast that are looking for a side hustle, they are going to join you, Shannon, and they're going to become a distributor just like they would if you were selling a SD501, and then you get a commission. So the interesting thing is, as a diamond distributor for 14 weeks, when somebody joins you as a diamond, you get a $500 commission right up front. So they pay you right up front. You get that commission paid to you right up front, and you override all of their usage and anybody that they recruit. And the same thing applies with the people that they recruit. That's pretty amazing to see how the compensation plan works, and that's one of the reasons why I upgraded, and Wendy upgraded, and we have people that are looking for a business. So if somebody's looking to do a business, if they were going to compare apples to apples, to make an investment of say 5,000 versus an investment of 1,599, you would, how long would it take to get your $5,000 back versus your 1,599 back? What do you see as the long term with LifeWave? Like, how do you see yourself long term? What's your goal?
Well, right now I don't know, because it's when people will approach me and ask me what's on my wrist, and I kind of explain to them, and that's that. I don't think the people around here get it yet. They don't. We're slow in Kentucky. The people just, they aren't ready for this kind of stuff. They really aren't. 90% of the people are not ready for this.
That's interesting that you mentioned that. And here's the thing. What I find that helps people is if you ask them if they're in pain, like anybody that in Kentucky that is in pain, I'm sure that there's got to be a few people that are going to say, I'm in pain, or are you lacking energy?
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point.
Right. So imagine you having a store in Kentucky where people could come in and they could get a free patch to help them get out of pain. The Ice Wave, when it's applied correctly, properly, it has a tan patch and then a white patch. You put the tan patch right on the pain, and then you take the white patch and move it around clock, like 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 9 o'clock, where you ask them, okay, on a scale of 1 to 10, before you put the patch on, you say, where's your pain? If they say 10, 9, 8, whatever they say, then we're going to go based on that and then put the patch on. And within seconds, we ask them again, now where is your pain? And they might say it's at a 4. It might be at a 2. We move that other white patch around until it gets to a 0. And that's the goal, is to get them to be pain-free within seconds. Nobody can do that. Who can do that? Who can get you out of pain in seconds, from having pain to having no pain? Back pain, leg pain, hand pain, neck pain, shoulder pain. the most common pains that people have, especially as they get older, are back pain, lower back pain, leg pain,
Mm-hmm.
shoulder pain, neck pain, arthritis pain. Those pains are real pains. And when you can help somebody like that get
Mm-hmm.
out of pain, it doesn't matter what they believe. Sometimes it's like Missouri, it's the show me state. I got to see it to believe it.
Yeah.
And that's what we have. We have something that you can give them a sample, a free patch, and give them a results in advance before they're going to spend any money. And then they get 100% money back guarantee. So what I recommend is we have to have product, you have to have product to give away, because it's a business. If you treat it like a business, this is a 7-figure income business, and not just restricted, to people in your own location. I mean, I have people all over. You can have people in Philippines and, Japan
Right.
and Europe and UK and Ireland and everywhere. I mean, all over the United States. And we don't have to do anything but just like we did with you, we just share a
Mm-hmm.
video, and
Yep.
that's how easy this has become. We don't care about the people that say no. And even if I were to make a list of 25 people that I have some friendship with, I might know them on Facebook. What I've been doing is we put on these presentations, and all you do is you just invite them. You invite them to the presentation, and then you don't tell them anything and let us do the presentation for you. And when they join under you. They're going to sign up under you.
Yeah.
And to make it real easy for you, and then they can duplicate the same thing without having to really have to be, learning a lot of technical information. But most people want to see results, no matter what the product is. If they can get results,
Quick
that
result.
quick results that fast, and sometimes it's a combination of applying the patch, in the right way. And I've had one person in Canada tell me that they had ordered the Ice Wave patches, but the mail delivery was not delivering them on time, and I guess left them out in the sun, and the patches basically were useless because heat is what makes them, what affects them. And that's one of the things, that I have to let people know is, you have to keep them away from sunlight, keep them away from heat, and like magnetic things that have like strong electromagnetic uh, electronics or something like that, which shouldn't be a problem for most people. I mean, as long as you don't put them in a microwave or put them, to the microwave, you should be fine. But it's mostly sunlight and heat, like summer heat. In the wintertime, you're not going to have a problem as long as they're cool. And that was one of the only times that I heard that the Ice Wave, it didn't get the results because the person, by the time they got them, so now they have a mailbox that they can have them delivered to. They won't have to worry about them sitting on their porch or whatever, because unfortunately, when you get them delivered, if you're not home and they're sitting in some place where there's a lot of heat, sunlight in the summertime. Wintertime, like I said, it won't be an issue.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the only thing that I remember is that if the patch didn't work. And most people, they get 100% money back guarantee. So what I would recommend, like Wendy and I were talking about this, you get a lot of, when you order it, you get you can order a lot of the little brochures, which I hand the instructions to people so that they can open up. So when I send out the patch, I send out an X39, and I put it in a for example, I'll just show you exactly what I send out. This is what I send. So I send this, and I open it up, and I put a patch in here with a little piece of Scotch tape. Just tape it very, so it won't fall out. And then I'll put a little note on the outside, and you can tell them, this is it's got a $10 value I'm giving to you, and then you can just get their address and mail it to them, and then you follow up, and you give them, if you give them your LifeWave website, like lifewave.com/Shannon, I forget what your username is, what you created, but you give them your username, or you can give them your ID, so when they go to order, then they can just put your ID in, and that's how they can do it. Or you can just have them call you and put your phone number, and then if you need some help, Wendy or I can help you, get them enrolled. Okay. And that's how easy this is, because most people, once they start, we want to create a real easy to duplicate, where you don't have to have any special skills, or you don't have to be like really good on the phone or sales or anything. In fact, I don't know if Wendy showed you this, but the LifeWave app, I don't know if you can see this. Yeah, it's kind of hard to see it because of the screen. But if you download the InTouch, is called the LifeWave app is called InTouch, and I can share this with everybody on Facebook.
Yes.
And it has the videos already in there. It has everything that you need to share here. You just send these little messages to everybody, like on your Facebook or in your phone contact on your phone. You can send it to contacts, and it's just a little question. Hey, this is something that I'm looking at that's really awesome, and I love it. I wanted you to take a look at it just to check it out. And that's it. If they look at the video and they are interested, you will get a message telling you when they looked at the video. So you'll know that somebody was looking at the video. The way this business was designed as a business opportunity, it's very simple. There's no, lots of boxes.
They've done all the hard work for you.
That's it.
Yep.
That's it. And that's one of the reasons why I love this business. If it could make me feel the way they said it would make me feel, I would definitely think this is one of the best business opportunities that I've seen in a long time. I mean, I've been in dozens and dozens and dozens of other opportunities, and this one, it by far, it's an advanced in terms of health and wellness. This has the health and wealth. if you want to, what good is having wealth if you have no health?
Yes, that's right.
You got to have your health, right?
Yep.
If I gave you $1 million or $1 billion and you were going to die of cancer, what good is that money? It's not going to help you. Howard Hughes was one of the wealthiest billionaires around, and he couldn't even eat a decent meal because of his health. He had poor health.
Yeah.
And I realized that, that's really what we're telling people is this isn't a get rich quick, but it's get healthy quick.
Mm-hmm.
Get healthy quick today, start feeling better, having more energy, and then
time freedom.
Right. Yeah. Yep. Does that make sense?
Yep.
I want to thank you for being on today. This was really educational. It was, good to
this is great.
Learn. And I'm glad that you're getting some good experience. When you are ready, to take it to the next level, just let Wendy know. You can let me or Wendy know, and just, we will help you, because one of the things that we created a patch party. Weekly patch party that all you do is you invite people to the patch party, we do the presentation. When they get the patch, you just have to have patches to send them, send each person one patch. We'll get their address, and they could be people on Facebook. It could be social media. You don't even have to go to people that you know physically in town, just or friends or relatives. I mean, you could just use Facebook, and I can show you where to find people on Facebook too, who are looking for better health and are looking for an opportunity. So if that way there, you kind of go fishing where there's fish. You fish in the pond that's full of fish.
Yes.
And that's one of the things that I was showing people is, wouldn't it make sense to be able to go to where people already want what you have?
Right.
They just don't know about you yet. So anyhow, Shannon, thank you. And, if you decide to upgrade and you want to do that as well, Wendy will be more than happy to, guide you with that process. And then we can start helping you build your team also. And
okay. Yeah. And I got to get on tonight and order a pack of X39. So
good.
Do that tonight.
That's great. That's great. Well, it was great seeing you, and awesome. We will stay in touch, and let's help you keep feeling better, more health. And as I always say, to patch or not to patch, that's the question. We will keep patching.
Yep. Thanks for having me.
Thank you, Shannon. We'll talk to you soon. Take care.
Okay.
Have a great day. Bye.
You too.